Welcome to DStv Roundtable with me, Donovan Goliath. I am here with some of your favorite stars. I want to ask them a very, I don't know if it is a difficult question, PT. Maybe I'll start with you with this one, but what would you say makes your show a uniquely South African story?
I first want to say I feel very flattered every time you say the beloved stars. I'm like, you guys might be, am I beloved? Thanks.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
That's also true.
You're amazing.
You're very beloved.
No, thank you. No. I hear you. Thank you. You guys are lovely.
Sorry, I just yelled at you.
Yeah, that was quite hectic.
Sorry.
I felt like
I don't get
mixture
it, Mom.
between
Like, don't do
therapist and
that.
like the
You are
principal's
deserving and you are here.
principal's office. It's diverse, it's rich, it's authentic.
Lovely. Terence, how about you, sir?
Me. What makes it authentically South African? I think the stories themselves, right, make it authentically South African. The characters' background stories, their journeys, these are things that day-to-day South Africans go through, from the marriage in Sfiso's between Sfiso and his wife, the difficulties that they face, what Samantha goes through as well. So the whole story itself is authentic, and it, I think a lot of people will relate to it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Shannon, do you agree?
You've asked what makes it authentically South African, and I feel quite differently about Lioness. I think it is universal on so many levels.
Lovely.
I think the fact that we are South African actors in this show is what makes it South African, but I think the story could stand in any part of the world, and I think that's what makes it so very special, is how relatable it actually is.
Okay.
So I'm sorry to flip the question.
You know what? You took the words straight out of my mouth now, because our story is exactly the same.
And that's so beautiful.
It's exactly what I wanted to say.
It should be able to be parked
It's universal.
And for people to go, damn, those South Africans are making some nice work.
And I think that is also what is going to make us even bigger global players, is telling more universal stories, being
but
able
just
to
in
play
a South African way.
Exactly.
I think that's the beauty of it, telling a universal story from a South African perspective.
There we go. That's it.
So for me, right, what makes any South African story uniquely South African is really that the vessels telling the story are South African, you know what I mean? And the South African locations, because you can't get away from that. But besides that, like the story of family, of love, of loss, you know what I mean, of triumph, of strife, like those are human stories. And every human, regardless of where they are, at some point will be able, some level will be able to relate to that, you know what I mean? So, I mean, when you asked the question, in my mind, I was like, what? I have no idea. Besides the fact that you'll see Park Station, and Park Station doesn't exist anywhere. Exactly, anywhere else. But besides that, you know what I mean? It's a human story.
Can I add something there quickly? I think we often think it's like, it's good for a Afrikaans movie. I used to think that like 10 years ago. I mean, now there's really quality content in different languages. But I think when he says that, I think that's why I was struggling with the question, it's a great question, but to answer, I was like, what makes the book club uniquely South African, besides the fact that it's in a South African language? I think the issue that we're talking about is the fact that I find it hard to see the South Africanness I don't think it should be a filter. It should be a departure point. So it's not with the limits of South Africanness. You know what I'm saying? It's how do we depart from here, engaging in the currency of humanity to the world? Oh, wow, is that how you guys experience existence over there? In 11 different languages, that's mad. Yeah. It's not, oh, you guys, the 11 different language cap there, you know, you've got your little, it's not a limitation. It's an opportunity, if that makes sense. So I think it's a...
Well said.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Yeah, very, very well said. Andy? eHostela.
eHostela, obviously, it's unique. It's like the real hostel, the real life that really happens, eHostela.
Yeah.
You know? I think there is no story like eHostela story. There has not been a drama series made as like the reality of what really goes down there.
Absolutely.
Do you think it would be shocking to like an American or British audience if they had to watch
definitely.
eHostela?
Like, is there a place that people really live like this?
Yeah.
And a worth of a person is next to nothing.
Because that shock factor can be very powerful too.
And you know what's interesting though about eHostela, I think, compared to all of your other shows, it's the one that I think sort of answers this question in a very literal sense, in that it's a very uniquely South African space. You can't just find this anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So and the dynamics that happen there and the stories that come out kind of I mean, Hitmen, like you've seen how they operate, but we all have that perception. But here, it's a very different operation, you know, and obviously the controversies that never get spoken about. It's always very, you know, kept very under, you know, shove it under the rug as much as possible.
And also, you know, because we shoot it at a real hostel, there are times when we cannot shoot at a particular time because that's how rough the location is. Yeah. That's how rough and that's how unsafe it is. So if you want to go and shoot something on a Friday night, forget it. If you want to shoot further than 9 p.m., forget it. If you want to shoot at certain times, just forget it. You're just putting your life in danger.
Yeah, there's still a level of respect and order for what happens there. Doesn't matter if you're a film crew and how much money you're bringing to this.
I'm telling
this is our space and our time.
Exactly.
We really don't care who you are.
And they will tell you. They're not scared of whatsoever. Like, this is our time. We've tolerated you people throughout the day. We've been quiet and so forth. Now it's after 5. Leave us alone.
You've never seen unit move so quickly.
I mean, or do you want to see guns now? Are we not
guns,
clear?
not your toy guns.
Not your toy guns.
Like real guns, real weapons. Wow. So, but it makes it exciting. That excites us, you know?
Here. Yes, the prospect of being shot out of 5. Yes, I am all for that. Adrenaline. Bueno. Awesome stuff. Anybody want to add anything to that? I think you guys have covered every aspect of it, which is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen any of these shows, please make sure that you do check them out. Let us know in the comment section what you think about these shows and who your favorite characters are. Anyway, this has been DStv Roundtable. I have been Donovan Goliath. Till next time, bye.
So, who are you now if you've been Donovan?
Yeah,
are you now Don?
Don.